In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use blending modes or layer blending modes, and these are used if you want to work with different layers on top of each other, especially in a project like a double exposure. So I'm using the images from the tutorial. There's this image of a girl and an image of a tree. And first thing I'm going to do is I want to remove some of this background. What you could do is use your selection tools to select it out and delete it completely, but another method to do this is to just dodge it out. If you click and hold this button, you can see there's a dodge and a burn tool. A burn is going to darken areas and a dodge is going to lighten areas. So I'm going to use the dodge tool and I'm going to actually put up the exposure to 100%. And I'm just going to remove some of this background color by dodging it out. You'll notice it is still lightening her skin and some of the foreground, so this isn't a perfect method, but I'm just going to do this quickly, and this is an easy way that you can do this to your own photo if you don't feel like getting the selection perfect. It also doesn't really matter in the double exposure for what we're doing right now. So now I'm going to grab this tree, and you can pull it from the two tabs or you can remove this from a tab. Either way works. So I'm going to take the tree, drag it up into the girl image, let that pop up, pull it down, and let go. Since these images are different resolution and size, it's not perfect, so I'm just going to do a Command or Control T to resize it, and I'm going to make sure that it's covering completely and press enter. So if you see on your layers palette, we have the layer one right on top of the image of the girl. You can work with opacity to kind of just start dropping the opacity down, and that just basically makes it more or less transparent. It doesn't really work the same as a blending mode. So if you look at here where it says normal, you can set the blending mode for the layer. And there's lots of different things that will happen when you change the blending modes. So what I like to do, as long as I'm on the move tool, I can do shift plus and it will start to cycle through all the different blending modes. So you can kind of see which ones you like and which ones don't really have the effect that you're going for. Some of them are a little bit more subtle. Overlay is one that's used a lot, as its screen is used a lot. But I can cycle through all these different types of blending modes. Another thing that you can try is if you like an effect that looks like this, but you don't want the tree to be in the white area, you can hide your tree layer. Let's go back to the background. You can get a selection around the girl. I'm just going to quickly do this with the magic wand, holding down shift to add to the selection. And I'm not going to worry about it being too perfect right now, but that's pretty close. I can then go to the tree layer. The selection is around the white, and then just press delete on my keyboard. So that will remove any of the tree image that's outside of the girl's body. And then Control D Command D will deselect. So that's one way of using blending modes, and there's other things like layer masking that will help, and I've done a different tutorial on that, but this is a quick introduction to all the different options that you have in the blending modes layer palette.